Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2018. A major storm will form off the coast of Florida during the day on Wednesday, then rapidly intensify as it pushes northeast off the east coast, reaching a position just to the east of Maine by Thursday night. By that time, it's liable to have central pressure around 28.30 inches, about 958 millibars by Thursday night. Just a rapid intensification of this Atlantic storm in the period from Wednesday morning to Thursday night. It is likely to throw some accumulating snow back into the immediate I-95 corridor, and there can be some significant snowfall along coastal sections from southern New England down across Long Island, coastal New Jersey, the Delmarva Peninsula, southeastern Virginia. And there still is an outside chance that the significant snowfall shifts into the immediate I-95 corridor. The snow for the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, big city regions will be in the Wednesday night, Thursday morning time frame. It should, in fact, have an impact on the Thursday morning commute. Once this storm passes by Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday will feature extreme cold in the I-95 corridor throughout the eastern U.S., and there will be dangerous sub-zero wind chill values as winds should gust up to 40, perhaps even 50 miles per hour at times. Again, that extreme cold period will be Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday. We will actually get some relaxation in the temperature pattern by Sunday and especially Monday of next week. And Monday could actually see temperatures rise above freezing. It could be some rain, sleet, or snow on Monday. But first things first, let's deal with this big storm and extreme cold to follow. First of all, we've talked about this extreme cold period through much of the eastern two-thirds of the nation, from around December 20th going to about January 10th, give or take a couple of days on both the front and back end of that roughly 3-week time period. It'll turn out to be one of the coldest in a long, long time. Many records have been broken. These are records or near record lows yesterday morning, Monday morning, New Year's morning, and again we've talked about the extensive cold pattern here from the slope of the Rocky Mountains all the way to the East Coast and all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. We had numerous records broken yesterday morning, and we'll see in a moment this morning as well, including this particular area in eastern Montana, dropped down to about 35 degrees below zero. All-time record low in that part of Montana. Again, very impressive. New Year's Eve celebration, New York City was the second coldest on record, and that's quite impressive because records go back at least 100 years in the New York City region for those New Year's Eve celebrations. Again, records all the way down deep in the heart of Texas, and this is for yesterday morning. Now let's take a look at this morning, Tuesday morning. And here we go. This morning, not much difference to what it looked like yesterday morning, but again, from the eastern slope of the Rockies all the way down to, in fact, northeastern Mexico, here southern Texas, all the way to the East Coast, some near records or record loads. Again, we'll be looking back at this 20 or 21 day period from around December 20th or so to January 10th or so, and with amazement, I think, once it's all said and done. There are some areas that will set a record for the most consecutive days below freezing, some areas most consecutive days below zero. Montreal, Canada, for example, had below zero readings all weekend long, and again, many, many records are being set. But now let's turn our attention to a significant, a major Atlantic storm that will form over the next couple of days. I'd like to walk through the forecast maps from last night's zero-Z GFS model run for this upcoming storm situation. Again, this is the initial map here as of zero-Z, which is last evening, and I wanted to in particular point out a few areas of interest for this particular forecast map, because I believe the main area of energy at the 500 millibar level will just come ashore during the nighttime hours last night into the early morning hours. In other words, the updated models later this morning, midday time period, we'll have a better handle on the situation. This is an area of interest right here. We have an upper level low just to the south of Alaska, another one ahead here in the western part of Canada. We'll move forward in 6-hour increments. First of all, let me reiterate that during a La Nina winter, and again we're experiencing La Nina type of pattern here, the northern branch of the jet stream tends to dominate. We look to the north and west for upper level features. Oftentimes, and we've experienced this several times this winter, these northern waves will drop into the northern plains across the Midwest and then into the mid-Atlantic region, producing clipper type snow. In fact, we just had another clipper over this past week and 2 or 3 inches of snow north of the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. Once in a while, these systems will dig far enough to the south and east into southeastern part of the U.S. that a coastal low will indeed form in time to have an impact on the mid-Atlantic region. That seems to be what will happen here in the Wednesday-Thursday time frame. During an El Nino type of winter, you often get storms rolling across from California across the southern U.S. and then up the coast. We have not had anything like that. California has been rather dry over the past several weeks. Again, typical of a La Nina pattern. But let's focus on this area right here and move ahead in 6-hour increments. We go 6 hours now. Notice here that's starting to move ashore in Alaska, that area of interest here. And here we go. It's kind of strung out here. But watch what happens. This is now the forecast map for right now, Tuesday morning. And let's keep moving forward. Here, that's now going to go around the top part of this ridge along the western part of Canada and then drop into this trough. And here we go. It's kind of strung out, but it's an important player in all of this. We have this area of energy now dropping into an intensifying trough here, and all of this tends to drive all the way down to the southeast U.S. This is now tomorrow morning's forecast map from the 0Z GFS model run. This is Wednesday morning here. Notice what happens here. All of it starts to intensify, and we'll see this trough axis right here end up going negatively tilted right here by tomorrow night. We have a negatively tilted trough here, and whenever you have a negatively tilted trough with an upper level low centered here and the orientation northwest to southeast, you have a strong area of upward motion on the eastern side of that axis. And indeed, this is the area where low pressure will intensify rapidly from Wednesday morning to Thursday night as it moves basically north to northeast from off of Florida to off of Maine by Thursday night. And here we go. By Thursday morning, you have a very intense storm sitting off the mid-Atlantic coastline on its way up to east of New England. And again, by Thursday night time frame, and here we are Thursday night, you have a tremendous storm, perhaps as low as 28.30 inches or so by Thursday evening just to the east of Maine. Well, one of the main points I wanted to highlight there with respect to the upper level energy is that, again, the model runs later this morning will be crucial, because if there's any shift to the west of this storm track, it could change the significant snow from the coastal region to in the immediate I-95 corridor, certainly within the realm of possibility. Now let's take a look at the surface forecast maps from last night's, again, 0Z GFS model run. This is for this morning, Tuesday morning. Again, January 2nd here, we're talking about high pressure dominating over the middle part of the country. Let's move ahead in 6-hour increments. These maps, by the way, from tropicaltidbits.com. By this evening, that high pressure still dominating the scene. Very cold conditions today, cold again tonight. Certainly temperatures will drop through the teens in most regions of the Mid-Atlantic region. And then by tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, moisture start gathering here as low pressure starts to form off of Florida. And here we go. By tomorrow evening, this is now Wednesday evening, low pressure intensifying rapidly. Again, this is from the 0Z GFS model run here. Well off the southeast coastline, but precipitation already backing into the coastal region. And here we go. By late tomorrow night And here's the forecast map for Thursday morning. A very strong storm system sitting a couple hundred miles, a few hundred miles off the Mid-Atlantic coastline. Snow backing up all the way to the coastline, and indeed I think that it's likely to go back into the immediate I-95 corridor area, very likely to produce some accumulating snows in D.C., Philadelphia, and especially New York City, and significant snowfall possible along coastal regions from Long Island down across New Jersey, Delmarva Peninsula into southeastern Virginia. And again, this is from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run. If there's going to be a shift, we'll start to detect that later today with respect to the computer forecast models. And again, I think that is certainly within the realm of possibility. Let's keep moving forward here. Notice this pressure gradient starting to tighten up now. This is now Thursday afternoon. That storm continues to intensify, just a tremendous pressure gradient. This cold air outbreak following this storm is liable to be the worst of the last couple of weeks, and namely, specifically because of the strong winds that will accompany this extreme cold air mass. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, winds could gust up to 40 or even 50 miles per hour, producing dangerous sub-zero wind chills in that Thursday night, Friday, Saturday time frame. Here we are Thursday afternoon, and finally by Thursday evening, a 958 millibar low just to the east of Maine. Tremendous pressure gradient between that low pressure area and high pressure starting to form over the upper part of the Midwest. Again, winds could gust up to 40 or even 50 miles per hour on the heels of this storm Thursday night and Friday. 958 millibar, that translates to 28, 29 inches. A powerful hurricane type of storm system situated here off the east coast of Maine come Thursday night. And then by Thursday night and into Friday morning, we've talked about this before, the thickness value is a good indicator, a good correlation to low-level temperatures here. This is the thickness layer of that bottom part of the atmosphere from the surface up to 500 millibars here, and 498 thickness. Again, extremely cold air mass, this time with even stronger winds than what we've experienced in the past couple of Arctic air outbreaks. Gusts up to 40 or even 50 miles per hour. On the heels of that powerful storm, the pressure gradient will be very tight, very strong, producing these winds, and that in turn will produce dangerous wind chill values well below zero at times. And this will continue right through the day, Friday into Friday night. And here we go by Saturday morning. Still strong winds here, especially across New England. High pressure starting to move in. Again, there will be a relaxation in temperatures Sunday and especially by Monday. Perhaps a period of rain, sleet, and or snow on Monday to accompany that warmer pattern. And I use the term warmer loosely. That system may very well usher in some colder air again by the middle or latter part of next week. So a lot to talk about, potentially the worst that winter has to offer over the next few days, with accumulating snow followed by extreme cold and dangerous wind chill values well below zero at times. The snow threat Wednesday night, Thursday morning. The impact drive commute time would be Thursday morning. In terms of the potential accumulating snow, even into the immediate I-95 corridor region from D.C. to Philadelphia to New York City. The extreme cold period, Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday. And again, that will be accompanied by dangerous sub-zero wind chills. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Orion.